Very pleased to say, hanging out with us today via Zoom right now is the one and only James Hype. Mate, happy birthday, or should I say belated birthday for a couple of days ago. What is it, 40 now?
Oh, we don't discuss age, but if you Google it, you can find out.
No, we don't discuss age because you are much younger than me. Much younger. How was it for you, man?
It was a unique birthday. We tried to create a nightclub in the apartment, and we're limited by the people who live here as well. But we had a great time still.
I mean, that's the thing. You are one of those people who has a birthday just before Christmas. Have you ever struggled for presents and gifts?
People say that I am the hardest person to buy for, but I think people say that about every man, so I don't know.
No, I hear that. Mate, massive congratulations on the latest tune, Afraid. Tell me, how did that tune actually come about?
Well, Afraid was like one of the last things that I made before the lockdown started. So when me and Harley and Rob got together and wrote it, that was like the last opportunity that I got to work with real people in the studio. So it kind of stands out to me as one of the last moments I had of normality before this COVID pandemic. And yeah, it was a really special session. Like, I went up to Yorkshire, and that in itself made it quite different because I'm used to doing sessions in London, and yeah, everything's a lot slower paced when you get out into the countryside. So yeah, it was a really nice session when we wrote it, and the song seemed to come together really quite fast. It was only a few months after we wrote it that it was out.
Wow, that's crazy. In kind of producer DJ terms, that is unheard of these days.
For real, it is, yeah.
What's one fact about that record that you haven't told anyone that you can give to us as exclusive right here on Capital Dance?
All right, I'm going to say it. I might get in trouble. At one point, it was going to be James Hype and Tiesto.
Ooh! Well, look, you are hanging out with me today, mate, so let's kick off with said tune. Can you introduce Afraid for us right here? Mr. Jam and the one and only James Hype is still hanging out with me on Zoom today. Mate, we want to chat to you about the future first and foremost, because it feels like lockdown has given a lot of producers the chance to really get a load of tracks in their cache. However, you haven't had the chance to do that because you've been working pretty much flat out. For anyone that hasn't been following you on socials, what have you been doing in your lovely, lovely flat?
Well, I will say, first of all, I have made a lot of music as well. But yeah, you're not wrong. I've been doing 2 streams a week live on YouTube and Facebook, and then making regular videos as well on top of that. And I started a lot of vlog content, just been doing as much as possible, really, kind of overcompensating for the lack of nightclubs.
I don't know. You were always one of those guys that would always make sure that there was amazing content on your socials and on streaming platforms before anybody else really had to do it. It was like you were already ahead of the curve before lockdown happened.
Yeah, I think we kind of just found ourselves, we being me and Gucci. For anyone who knows me knows that Gucci works with me very closely on a lot of the video content. We just found ourselves in this position where we were really prepared for lockdown. And we didn't plan for it because nobody could have known it was coming, but we found ourselves in a position where we were prepared.
Do you miss DJing live?
I do, but it's been so long that I think it's going to be a shock when I go back to it.
Mate, Christmas is around the corner. What plans have you got?
I'm going to Dubai.
Oh, really?
Who isn't in Dubai?
I mean, I know who isn't in Dubai. I'm not. I can't afford it. This year's been good to you, James.
No, it hasn't.
But you're just going to end it on a high, yeah?
Yeah, man.
I hear that. Well, listen, I feel like we need to jump into a VIP version of the record that put you on the map. With me on this fine Thursday via Zoom is my man James Hype. So listen, brother, we spoke very briefly earlier on about the kind of stuff that you've been doing in 2020. Yes, the hard drive is full of new tunes. Yes, we've been seeing you doing loads and loads of DJ sets, but you've also started this DJ school. Tell me about that.
Well, I teamed up with the guys from Digital DJ Tips, and we put together this amazing course, James Hype's Mixing Skills. And we go into everything that I do on the decks and off the decks, like tune preparation and how to prepare for a gig. And yeah, we spent 1 week filming this course, all day, every day, super in-depth course. How to be me, basically.
Well, you are one of the best technical DJs that I have ever met in my life. So it's only right.
Thank you, man.
Because we're doing this. I mean, I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. Because we're doing this via Zoom, I think it's only fair that we get you to showcase a little something for the Capital Dance crew. Can you do that for us?
Okay. I've